I've got some pretty big kahunas, and I can pretty much do about anything, but I can't handle feeling like you're gonna lose control of your bike at highway speed. What's up, fam? And welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have motorcycle content today. And yes, I'm in a hoodie. It's turned freaking cold here. I don't know. We went out west and came back and just all of a sudden it's cold. So I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the hurricane or it simply could be the simple fact that it's freaking fall. I mean, fall and winter just absolutely destroys my emotions. Does it do any of you guys like that? It ruins me. I just want to crawl into a hole somewhere. Does nothing good for my mental health at all. But anyways, back to the motorcycle. As you guys recently know that I put a car tire on my Street Glide. And I absolutely loved it. Still love it. But I'm having one big issue that I cannot get resolved. I've got a wobble. There is no other way to describe it. You're going down the road, you run around town, it's great. You run through curves, it's great. I have more confidence than I've ever had, especially now with that car tire. But you get it on the interstate and try to keep up with traffic, well, you're gonna have some problems. And the only way I can describe it is like you're behind a semi. Now for you guys that don't ride, you won't understand, but for you guys that do, or ladies, whatever, that ride, you will understand. If you're behind a semi, you're getting that draft off of him, and you'll get a little bit of a sway here and there. Well, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting quite a bit, actually. The faster you go, the worse it becomes. Well, I've added air. I've been on forums. I've took out air. I went on some more forums. I've been on websites. I've flattened the tire. I've done everything that I can imaginably do. The only thing that I can think of that is causing this is, now stick with me here, guys. My bike is lowered 2 inches all the way around. I've got progressive lowering springs in the front. I've got dirty air ride in the back. It doesn't matter if I air it up or if I let it down, nothing changes. You can't tell any change. I believe my bike being lowered, I believe with the air ride, I think it's a contributing factor to the tire. I think with the sidewall not being stiff like a motorcycle tire is, that I can't adjust enough to make up the difference. So I hate it. I hate to eat crow. Nobody likes to eat crow. I mean, let's just be honest about it. But today, I'm gonna have to take that tire back off. I'm gonna have to put a motorcycle tire back on it. I don't want to. I don't even want to do this job at all. This should be a once in a year and a half, 2 year job, but I'm doing it in 2 months, 3 months. And for you guys who are saying,
oh, give it time, put miles on it.
Guys, I've put almost right at 1,000 miles on it, and it's still not getting any better. It's not getting any better. And it's not in my head, because I've got some pretty big kahunas. And I can pretty much do about anything, but I can't handle feeling like you're gonna lose control of your bike at highway speeds. Like I said, curves ain't bothering me. Nothing else is bothering me. It's 70, 75, 80 miles an hour. It never goes away. We had the issue with the front tire, like I said, with the ride on. I won't go into all of that. Watch the video down below. It's down there. Check it out. That stuff's garbage. But everything is balanced. Everything is good. But I'm just going to have to get rid of that car tire. The tire should be on its way today. So I'm going to go ahead and jack everything up, get everything off the bike. And, well, as bad as I hate to, let's just get it done. That's me standing here talking to you guys, ain't getting it done. So. wasn't no use of me showing you every little detail like I did before. If you don't know how to take off a tire on a motorcycle, then there's plenty of videos out there, including mine, on how to take tires off. But as you can see, it's stripped back down again. Sucks. I hate this. I struggled a little time. I forgot, actually, with having the dirty air on, there was a few other processes that I forgot to do, so I kind of struggled a little bit there until I got my... If you don't do it every day, you don't realize. But anyway, it's off. And, I mean, that tire, it just looks amazing. I hate to get rid of it. I mean, guys, you can see, it's wearing perfect. I mean, you could see where I've been on, and I mean, it's scrubbed in, it's good. Look how rounded it is. I mean, that's absolutely perfect. That's what you want to see. I mean, that's absolutely what you want to see. But I cannot get the shake out of it, so I don't know. I hate to get rid of it.
Tech tip from a non-professional.
Obviously, you know that I got the thing from Harbor Freight that breaks down the beads on these tires and stuff for motorcycles. It worked great for the front tire, but it did not work great for the rear tire the last time. So I used an old trick that I learned a long time ago. And basically what I'm using is a jack and some toe straps or tie down straps that you buy pretty much anyway. Take the hook of your strap and hook it onto the axle of your jack. Lay your tire down, find the spot where the saddle of your jack is right up against the bead of your wheel, making sure not to ruin your wheel. And guys, this works for any wheel. It doesn't only have to be a motorcycle wheel. It can work for a car tire or anything. Okay, now take this one and run it through. Now take this and run it underneath the jack. And what this does is more or less uses the jack as a mounting point so it won't go anywhere. Stretch this out and hook it through. Now just tighten that down. It don't have to be extreme. Jack and jack it up. You hear it trying to break that bead? It may take a few minutes. You may have to re-loosen and readjust the wheel again and go around. Right there, I believe it broke the bead. But right there, I'm going to let it sit for a minute and then I'll unhook it and we'll go from there. And just like that, the bead is broken. So don't ever give up, guys. If you've got a situation and you think, man, I got to go spend hundreds of dollars to do stuff, you don't have to do that. Lost my work boot there. Just use what you got. And for everybody in the comment section saying, oh, the rotor, you just messed the rotor up. I promise you that rotor is fine. I promise you that rotor can take way more than what I can give to it. Just upstairs, get me a bite to eat. You know, wetting the old back neck, getting things, you know, chilling out for a minute, and got the old text message come in. UPS arriving soon. Expect delivery between 1:45 and 3:45. Follow your delivery on live. Well, at least it's narrowed down, and at least I've got a time now. So hopefully, I can get this tire back on and maybe get out today on the bike. Cross your fingers, guys.
Hopefully. Great googly googly.
Well, it's 3:05 and we've got it here. So let's get this on and get things done. awesome. Good deal. And if you'll notice, guys, I put quite a bit of grease on this. You don't have to do that. You can use soap and water. You can use about anything. Vaseline. I myself like grease. I know I used soap and water the last time, and it's fine to do that. Oh yeah, made me jump a little bit, but she did seat. But yeah, I like to use grease. That grease it helps bond that tire a little better. Kind of helps everything come together a little more. And plus, that bead, if you've got a leak, usually around the bead area, grease will come more likely to sealing it than soap and water will. So I like to use grease. And I believe we're going to be good. I really believe it's going to be fine here. I am going to bounce it up and down a few times. Kind of seat it. Make sure it's going to be seated good. I'm going to wipe the grease off, and then I'm going to check for leaks. So let's bounce a few times and just kind of bounce it like a basketball all the way around. I mean, anything that's got any kind of foam or anything to it, bubbles, spray around the edge, and you'll immediately know if you have a leak. Because once you do this, if there was a leak, you would see bubbles coming up. Let's say you done this and then you had a leak. You would break this, let the air back out, break this particular bead back down, and try to reseal it. Maybe put some more grease in it or whatever you use to seat the tire. Add a little more to it, grease, water, oil, whatever you used, and then re-blow it back up and then try it again. But typically, grease will fix the problem. And I mean, I'm looking good. I mean, I don't see any kind of bubbles. I don't hear anything leaking other than my air compressor over there and my air conditioning running over here. But everything's looking good, guys. So now I'm gonna flip it over and we'll check that. As I've got everything set up, getting ready to balance this tire, I'm not gonna go through the whole process with this. You've already seen me do it, saw me do it on the front tire, so there's no reason to even go through all this with you. But I've got my weights set up, I've got my static balancer set up, so I'm gonna get this balanced, and then, well, I guess we'll get it put back on the bike. So the next one you'll either see will be the tire going on, or it will be me on the highway, one or the other. So let's get this tire balanced. It's all back together pretty much. I left my big, nice, huge breaker bar in my wife's Blazer, and I'm waiting for her to get home from work so I can fully tighten that axle bolt back down. Pretty sure it's tight, but you know, I like to give it that extra put the on it. You gotta make sure that, you know, you gotta get that in there sometimes. But other than that, putting the bags back on it and taking her out. Pretty sure that this is gonna fix it. Well, let's see. It took me about an hour and a half to get everything back together, so that's not bad. She's ready to rock it. I was gonna stop it and not record. I was gonna make this a separate video, but well, it's too beautiful a day, and well, if you'll see, I'm running 80, and I don't have any wobble, don't have any, I mean, obviously I'm behind a semi, so I've got that little sway going on just a little, but I mean, that's normal. I can deal with that. But I definitely got my bike back. So that was definitely the problem, was that tire. I hate to admit that. I hate to eat crow over that, because I really wanted that to work. I really wanted the car tire to perform and do what it needed to do. Save me a lot of money in the long run, plus a lot of trouble and heartache too, you know. But sometimes things don't always work the way they should, so. But I got my bike back. It's definitely running good. I'm loving it. It's a definitely a beautiful day to be out. I don't know how far I'm going to go. Just going to put on some miles, kind of break this tire, get it scrubbed in good. Got to watch these roads right here in Richmond, guys. I don't know if you can see, but right across the lines right here, it's ate up. So when you cross, if you're in Richmond, Kentucky, and you cross, you better watch, because I'm telling you, those holes are big enough to swallow you. And I don't know why they won't fix them, but they keep patching, but they're not fixing. Like I said, watch the holes and go. Be a good way to bust a new tire or crack a good wheel or anything. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to check in, wanted to tell y'all it's working. That was definitely the problem. And well, I'm going to enjoy this ride. I'm going to break this tire in, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. So guys, you know the deal. Like always, like, share, and subscribe. Leave any comments or concerns or sly remarks or whatever down in the comment section, and you know, I'll get back to them. But you know the deal, guys. Peace. I'm out.